What's up everybody, New Joker 6 here, and today I just wanted to do a quick, I guess, I don't know what you want to call this, notice, PSA, beginner tip, whatever, whatever you want to call this, but, guys, you've got to use your weapons proper, I want to say, but I want to phrase it differently. So, the thing is, some weapons are just built for something specifically, and that's just how it is. And we're going to use the Mark 1 bow here as an example against enemies over level 100. So, if we step in, we come on in, equip, we take a look. The Mark 1 bow, taking a look at its stats, crit is, it's kind of okay. Status, pretty damn good. 40 impact. 4 puncture, 0 slash. Okay, so taking a look at this, this is an impact weapon. Anyone know what that means? Anybody? No? Come on, guys. This is an impact weapon, which means it is not meant for taking down armor. It's as simple as that. This is not an armor stripping weapon. And there's so many people out there that base weapons on essentially armor stripping and bypassing armor, when the Mark 1 bow simply is not that. And this goes for other weapons as well. If we take a look at like the Nenkandi here, this, oh wait, pure electric, huh, that doesn't sound right, that doesn't look right. I thought it would have been like full impact. Like, we can take a look at the Obex here. This is more of an impact weapon over anything. I don't know why I'm going down there, but I don't want to go too far off topic here. But point is, some weapons just aren't made for bypassing or stripping armor, and it's just that simple. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the build that I'm working with here for this example. We're going to go up against our level 135 heavy gunners first. And we're not going to have the invincibility on. For anybody that cares or for some reason think that has something to do with a weapon's performance. So this is what we're going with against heavy gunner, corrupted heavy gunners, level 135. If you have the room, you could try putting Blood Rush in here instead of Shattering Impact, but I'm using Shattering Impact. That way we have Corrosive and Impact. We got 40% chance to proc status and a 2/3 chance, which is almost a guaranteed chance at this point, since it only has 11.9 in the puncture. It's almost a guaranteed chance that every time the status procs, you're going to strip armor off, either through the Impact proc for Shattering Impact or the Corrosive, stripping it in general. So let's go ahead and take a look, and we're using Corrosive here because we want to go with the best option. Alright, so let's go. Corrupted Heavy Gunner. Let's jump in. Why did I go ahead and do that? Whoops. Thank you. That was a quicker way back up. How did I manage that? Did I? Oh, I didn't actually change my settings yet. We're going off a demonstration, not a trial things that, I'm not using spores or toxic lash or any of that. So anyway, let's jump in. We take a look at this one weapon. Here we go. And you see, you're not being killed. It's not that big of a deal, and it's not, your vulnerability has nothing to do. He might actually kill me for the first time here. But you see, there you go. It can get the job done, but if you're starting a melee combo at that high of a level, and not recommended, because you're gonna have to get that combo building up to help you get the most damage out of it before you start taking on a heavier unit. That's actually the most health I've lost against a heavy unit. I'll go ahead, jump down, and we can show you that again. Come and get it. What? That didn't even make any sense. Let him get... Oh, I don't want to knock him off the edge. There we go. We really got the speed kicking up in there. Oh, he's... Okay. Is he going to come back in time for the combo multiplier? No, I don't know. No, he did not, which is unfortunate. But at least we still had the speed. So again, you can see it'll get the job done. You saw at the very end there, he had all of his armor completely stripped. So that's, you know, you can kind of take that as you will. This weapon is not made for stripping armor. It's not meant for taking down armor. Can it? Yes. But then again, can every weapon, even a weapon that has 1% status, given enough time? Yeah, it can. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this weapon is meant for. This weapon is meant for corpus units. It is meant for, I guess you could say, more so infested for when it comes to the corrupted or Grineer in general. I just want to say that, whoops, going back here to this build, this will perform a lot better at Grineer because Grineer have a significant less amount of armor in comparison to the corrupted. So we got this here. We take a look. We're swapping out that Shattering Impact for Blood Rush because we don't need to strip armor. That's just flat out not what we need. There's no armor to strip. And we're going with Violent Scores and Vicious Frost. So we did swap out our Electric for Cold here. And that's the only difference here. So we're keeping these at relatively the same build. We're just making a minor change to suit, well, what it's meant to be used against. So we'll go in here, take him out. Let's actually drop a healer in here and see how that does to start us off. See how this works against things like infested. You're top infested here. Don't bitch slap me, buddy. $135. It's your ancient healer. He's gone. It's that simple. That was a Mark 1 weapon. When you use a weapon properly, it's gonna take out enemies. Use it properly, mod it properly. You know, let's go with the corrupted crewman here. So we see more of the corpus and specifically the corrupted version. Oh, it's the dude that's just gonna hides like a bitch. Alright, here we go. He's gone. That was the not corrupted, sorry. Well, it was the corrupted, but the Eximus version. So, the Eximus versions are much harder to take down when you compare level for level. Which the Heavy Gunner actually wasn't a corrupted version. Or not corrupted, it was not an Eximus version. My mistake, but you could see that there. We'll go ahead and do the... I don't have a corrupted nullifier, but I will do the normal nullifier. Well, the normal corrupted. Again, they're nothing. And this is, of course, starting with your combo at a base 0. So if you're actually using this weapon, you're going to have a nice combo built up and probably just 1 or 2 shot them. And we'll bring in the Eximus for this corrupted Moa. There you go. Obviously it took a little longer because the Moas seem to be one of the harder units to take down. And that was the Eximus version, but still, they're not a big deal, starting with a 0 combo counter. I don't know what else to say, except use your weapons properly and they will take them down. It doesn't matter whether it's a Mark 1 weapon that you've had since the beginning of the game, or the whatever brand new weapon that just came out for the game. I'll go over here and I'll go back over to config A for a second. Just because I know some people do like their bombards for whatever reason. I've said this before. The heavy gunners are a lot more balanced in this, whereas bombards just have armor. So once you can strip through that armor, they're not that big of a deal. The problem is this weapon isn't really meant for stripping armor. So that's kind of on its own there. So here we go here. You see, it's gonna take a sec for all that to build up, and when it's a bombard, he's just gonna blow your ass away. Just because he's gonna be able to fire those off. The impact isn't proccing as much as you would like. I'll throw the Xmas up there just to keep fair comparison if anyone's curious. Wait, why are you still here? That bombard is gonna kill my ass. Okay. So, clean slate, here we go. Of course, I would get the ice one. Or frost one, slow one, whatever you guys want to call it. And it's going to take a significant amount of time. It's nothing impressive, but it will eventually get the job done. Again, you could try using Blood Rush instead of Shattering Impact if you have the space for it. He's not going to come back in time, is he? No, he didn't, but we were just like one hit off from stripping his armor completely anyway. So, can it get the job done using a weapon improperly? Yes. Is it practical at those higher levels to use a weapon improperly? No. No, it isn't. So if you guys want to use a weapon properly, and if you guys are curious about the Mark 1 bow, here's the build that I'm going to recommend to you guys. I might do a build video later for the Mark 1 bow. I don't really know why I'd do one for the Mark 1. I always thought of this as just being something that we just throw up on the website, not really do a video for or anything, but maybe I'll do a video on this specifically for this weapon. But yes, this is the weapon that it's meant for. This is the build for this weapon. You can go ahead and pause it if you didn't get that earlier. And the enemies this is meant for is going to be, if we go like this, anything in the Corpus faction except for the Bursas, because Bursa has armor, everything else doesn't. The Infested is going to be okay with. Let's grab a Boiler and the Broodmother Xmas. Get those. I didn't even do that. So we'll grab those as well. Yeah. There. Okay. And thank you. Of course, I'm hitting it from behind, so that's always the worst. That toxin was a little annoying, but I mean, there you go. That's still a lot less hits. And of course, that was with some Xmas units in there. If you're curious about things like Chargers, where you got the most out of the faction that'll be coming for you. There, no problem. So, Mark 1 bow, do not use it to strip armor. Do not try and force it to strip armor. And that goes for pretty much all weapons that are going to be mostly impact based like this. Build it properly. Use it against the proper factions. Why can I not go back? And those proper factions are going to be Corpus, except for the Bursa, but in general, Corpus, Infestation, and some of the Orcan, since the Orcan is kind of a kind of made up of the three factions. So there you go. There's your difference as a demonstration with a very, very, very beginner weapon. Something that you can even pick up in the little tutorial when it's teaching you the buttons. You can use it you can use it with enemies over level 100. You can use it on Xmas units and normal units. It's just fine. I've taken this into a sortie. You can do it. It's easy as that. So, use it properly. Do not use them improperly. Build them the way that they're meant to be built. Don't build them the way you want to force it to be built for. If that makes sense. So, with that, take care. Have yourselves a good one. And I hope you guys use your weapons properly. See you guys in the next video.